I have been quoting a scripture wrong for as long as I can remember because of what I've heard from other people and from social media. Don't do that. Do your own fact checking. Do your own research. Please, please. Even if you're taking information from somebody, fact check it. It's not going to hurt you. Proverbs 23:7. For so a man thinketh with his heart, so he is. It's not for so a man thinketh, so he is. It's for so a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. And this scripture really made me think about when it comes to the manifestation and changing your life, changing your reality, and all that good stuff. It's more than just your mind. Your mind is a major part of it. But I feel like it's a factor of things. I feel like it's a factor of what you're putting into your mind, what you're thinking all the time. What are your emotions? How are you feeling? And the work behind it. I feel like a mixture of those three things will get you to where you want to be, where you envision your life, where you vision yourself. I've changed my life before, and what caused that change in that period of my life was a breakup. And that breakup really changed a lot for me, and not only showed me that I am more than capable of taking my own life into my hands and changing it to what I want to do and how to do it. But anybody can do it, honestly, really. Um, so I went through a breakup and I was physically heartbroken. And I went from always spending time with him to being by myself. And so I had the goals of losing weight, eating healthier, having a better mental state. And I achieved all those things. I might insert some pictures like throughout the journey and stuff. But literally, I was on the brink of being 200 pounds, literally a pound off. And I was like, I don't like myself like this. I don't feel good. My mental state is all cloggy and foggy and just not good. And so I remember writing affirmations on little sticky notes in the bathroom at my mirror and in the bathroom in my room. And I would make myself say them every single day when I saw them and as I was getting ready for my day and before going to bed. And I said them constantly. And at first, I didn't feel those things, but eventually, constantly saying them, I started to believe them. I started to say them with more excitement. I started to actually believe in these statements that I was saying to myself. Some days were better than others. Some days I felt like saying them and some days I didn't. But one thing that I'm really grateful for that I have is my discipline. Like it is so beautiful having the kind of discipline that I have. Like if I have something set on my mind to do it, like I see the end goal and I want to do it, it does not matter what's in my way or how I'm going to get there. Like I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get there. And that was a beautiful thing for me in that period of time because like I said, I wanted to lose weight. So I came up with a whole routine for myself. I had already signed up for a gym membership, but I wasn't even going at first. And so I started going and I literally my bed was like maybe a good two maybe 2 to 4, maybe like 2 to 4 inches off of the floor. I would literally, when my alarm would go off, I would literally roll out of my bed and hit the floor in order to get out of bed and go to the gym. I kid you not. I did that for a while, maybe a month. Maybe a month. I would hear my alarm go off, and I would just literally roll out of bed, hit the floor just to get up, get dressed, and go to the gym. Like my discipline is so amazingly like crazy. I love it. But another thing that I also did to get out of the bed was that I would plug my phone in across the room, and so I had to get up to turn the alarm off. I can't snooze it and roll over. So I did that as well, and eventually I would just wake up before my alarm. I used to go to the gym like between 2 to 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was always going. If I was going at that schedule for a while, come home, shower, get ready for work. I think it was around COVID and stuff. I changed it, or maybe right before COVID. I would go because I would think I was working a lot of night shifts, and so my job was literally down the street from the gym that I go to. So I would get out of work, we close at 10, literally change my clothes in the car. I could have changed the bathroom, but change my clothes in the car, go to the gym, hit the gym for an hour, go home, shower, and still do my nightly routine. And that was really beautiful for me. And so I'm in a period of my life again where me and my family just got back together. I'm grateful for that. But I'm really realizing again that I am a mom and a wife, and that does really, it does take up a good bit of my time, but I also do have a lot of time where I could be putting into myself again, and I really have wanted to do a lot of changes for myself recently, and I just really want to be that motivation and inspiration that you can change, we can really change our lives. It's all like what we're putting into our minds, what we're feeding our souls or feeding our bodies, and what work are we putting behind it, what emotions, and really getting good at our emotions. I'm going to do more research and fact checking on the emotion part and how it ties in, because I feel like I'm on to something. I feel it. I feel I'm on to something. Really having that combination of what you're putting in your mind, of controlling your emotions and putting work behind it. I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna put a little system together, but I really want to change my life and be an inspiration to others. Like, if you have changed your life before, you can definitely change it again. If you hit, if you're just going through life and you just realize, whoa, what happened? Like, you have no problem in doing it again. And even for the ones that haven't changed their life, like, you could change your life. Like, simply, you can change your life. I'm probably going to repeat that for the rest of the video, but literally, you have more control over your life than what we think. We really do. And you're not just going to wake up one day and have your dream life. That's not going to happen. You can do all the hoping, praying, and all that good stuff, but I think without any action behind it, without any actual hard work behind it, you're not going to get it. And if you do somehow magically get it, you're just going to lose it all because you don't have any work ethic, any hard work or discipline put behind that beautiful life that you have built. You know what I mean? And so we got to actually put in the work. Like, what kind of actions are you going to actually do? If you have all of these goals and dreams, then what are you doing to get there? And literally, it could be as simple as doing one or two things a day. It doesn't have to be like a long list. And excuse me, something that I used to really beat myself up over. Like, my whole day would go by and I'm like, dang, I didn't do these 10 things on my list. And I would start to have a little pity party for myself. Like, I absolutely, that is something that I want to change, because even yesterday, my kids didn't have school. So I was at home with them and I'm literally momming all day. And I found myself in a almost kind of depressed place, a little sad place. And realizing that and having the awareness of it, I was like, man, instead of me actually doing something about it, I just sat around and moped all day. Like that's not gonna do anything for me. And it's challenging for me to do things for myself when I am home alone with my children because they're still babies. Well, toddler babies. I have a 2 year old and a 10-month old, so I'm chasing babies all day, every day, and all that good stuff. Um, but I think there needs to be a lot of changes in our lives. There needs to be a lot of awareness as well. That's something that I'm also grateful for. During that period of that breakup, I've just started to have a whole lot of awareness of myself and what I was doing. I think accountability comes with awareness. You really can't have one without the other. And so, me realizing that I wanted to be in this place that I visioned myself, I had took aware of what I was doing. I was aware of my bad habits, my laziness, my bad eating, um, bad eating habits, bad eating habits. Still doing my best to get out of them again because I've let them really take control of me again. Um, but being accountable for the actions that you're doing. I was literally eating pizza all the time or going out to fast food restaurants or going out to any restaurant and eating comfort food, eating snacks and junk at work, not drinking enough water, not moving my body. I have to take accountability for all of that because it's somebody else isn't doing all of that or making me do all of that. And so really, I think the first steps into changing your life is really being aware of yourself and your life. Be aware of your goals, be aware of your desires, where you want your life. Do you even see a different you? If not, then I don't know. I don't can't nobody make you change your life but you. You know what I mean? And financially for me on my end, like I have not been where I really vision and imagine myself being financially. The goal is financial freedom and having a lot of my time back for me and my family. Um, but also having a consistent, stable stream of income where I'm just receiving more than what I'm imagining is the goal. And so once again, I found myself into this place again where I really need to do things for myself, for my life. Yes, my husband and children are always going to be here. And, you know, they're always going to be here. But what am I going to do to feel fulfilled in my life? Um, like I said, I went on weight loss journey and all that stuff. But then me and my husband met, we got together, we got married, and then we had kids. And so everything that I was going for is completely out the window now. But it's not too late for me to achieve my weight loss goals, to achieve my finance goals, to excuse me, to make a life for myself. Like, what do you have when your husband and children are at school and work? What do you do? What do you just sit around and clean all day? Or are you just a homework? Like, what do you do for yourself? For me, honestly, and then don't get this mixed up. Don't get it wrong. Like, I love my husband and children, love them to death, will do anything for them. But just being a mom and a wife isn't fulfilling for me in my life. And I've realized that I would say be more aware of it yesterday and this week. It's like, okay, being in mom and wife mode again, and being it on a consistent basis, it's like I love this. I absolutely do, but I want more to that. I want to be more than just a mom and a wife. And so I really just want to challenge myself and challenge anybody else who really feel unfulfilled with their lives. Like, what are we going to do about it? We have more power to change our lives than what we think, than what we imagine. Um, and shoot, I'm just gonna be here documenting it. Really be here to support. Um, but I think these first steps into changing our lives is having accountability and being aware of ourselves and what we're putting into ourselves, what we're feeding our souls, what are we actually feeding ourselves physically. Just being aware of everything, being aware of your circle that you're in, the people that you have around you, being aware of taking inventory on what people and things are actually adding to your life and what's subtracting to your life. Because if you have a whole bunch of friends, families, hobbies and things like that that aren't adding to your life and that aren't going to get you to that goal where you see yourself and desire to be, if none of that is going to get you there, then we really need to switch up and, get moving towards those goals and opportunities. Nothing is going to come overnight. No change is going to happen overnight. But at least doing 1 to 2 things a day to get you there, that is the key right there, honestly. Consistency, awareness, accountability, and consistency. So I think the key points to take away from this video is start off with being aware of yourself. Be aware of the habits that you do. Be aware of the people that are around you. Be aware of the things that you want to change about yourself. Why aren't you happy? Why don't you feel fulfilled? What things do you think will make you feel happy and fulfilled? Are you putting time in for yourself every day, or are you just on are you are you just on go mode all the time, taking care of children, taking care of family, taking care of husband, taking care of whomever, and not yourself? I really want this to be a year for me. I really want this to be a year of growth in all aspects for me and myself, and to challenge you to do it too. Like, we just because we are mothers, girlfriends, wives, sister, brother, whatever the case, just because we are this person does not mean that we have to live a life for them, live a life for others. We have to live for ourselves, because what do we have when they're not around? So I really want to challenge myself to do better, to be better. And it's going to start off with this awareness and accountability, and putting in what steps can you take? What 1 to 2 steps can you take every day to get to your desired reality? Where can you go with those steps? And thank you for listening to my little Max Mind, my POV Max Mind. And I will see you in the next